Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Gamers In podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about the Fortnite end event, Elon buying Twitter, and much, much more. Kren, what do you want to start off with?
It's been a busy week kind of for me, but for the world of esports and gaming, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on. We got a lot to cover. First things first, though, we want to shout out our lovely sponsor for the podcast, you. If you want to sponsor us, send us an email. But anyway, yeah, first thing first, dude. Elon Musk, what is going on? What is going on?
He's taking over the world, including Mars. I mean, the fact that he just, woke up one day and said, hey, $44 million or $44 billion, no problem, and just
Yeah, get it right.
he bought a platform, literally bought a platform. Personally, I love the move. I think Elon's doing great things out there. And it's interesting. It's interesting because it just happened, so we don't really know what direction he's going to take it. But from what he said, I mean, at least in my opinion, it's been good things. But I'd
Yeah.
say, and a few months down the line, we'll really see what he's done and what changes he's actually going to make.
Yeah, no, I think Elon, there's so many critics to this whole decision to Elon Musk buying Twitter. People are like, no, I'm getting off the platform. I can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I don't get it. I genuinely don't get because Elon Musk, other than the fact that he's a billionaire, he's a really relatable person. He,
He tweets out memes every day. Like,
yeah, he's a meme star on the internet. He understands personal people. He doesn't even own a home. He's a billionaire who does not own a single home, by the way. Um, so I don't get it. I don't get the hate. I personally think it's a good buy. I think he's gonna go in and make some good changes to Twitter. I could be wrong. I know people are really upset thinking that he's gonna put it behind a paywall and subscription based. I don't think he's gonna do that.
I don't think it'll go that way. Really.
Dude, by the way, did you see the TikTok? There's this TikTok where there's this girl like complaining like, "Hey, like you could have taken $44 billion and put it towards, helping the environment." And somebody stitched it and they were like, "Oh yeah, you mean like creating all electric cars?"
Yeah, he's already done it, and he's doing more of
Yeah.
it too. Like he's doing this and 10 times more. And people don't even realize
Yeah.
that because people don't talk. Like the news doesn't talk about this. They talk about other stuff that need to be talked about. But personally, yeah, like you said, I think it's gonna be great, and we're gonna see what happens. But I think only good things are gonna come out of it for sure.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. Elon bought Twitter. What's next? Hey, look, you can buy Fortnite. Fix the game. Fix the game. Speaking of Relay, the game might somewhat be fixed. We've talked about this for a little while, but I think Fortnite's really finding a good balance between competitive and no builds.
Yeah,
But
and I like. Yeah, go ahead.
no, all I was gonna say was we do know the FNCS is coming up. That was officially announced. That'll be in early May. Um, but it will be builds. All the people worried that it was gonna be a no builds FNCS,
Oh my god.
that it'll be builds. There might be one coming soon that's no builds though. We'll talk about that later though. But what are your thoughts? Our weekly update, Fortnite thoughts, Relay TS, state of the game. Go.
Well, first of all, about the tournaments, they're going in the direction of making no build competitive because we've seen Twitch rivals and all this stuff. Like there's tournaments happening with individual streamers. Nick A30 is having his Twitch rival tournament, I think today or tomorrow, sometime this week, of no build tournaments. Like these no build tournaments are happening, and granted, they're not really hosted by Epic Games, but Epic Games sees that.
They're big.
Yeah, and it's gonna happen eventually. But no, building tournaments will never go away for those of you who like building and only like building. But as far as the state of the game, personally, like I think we said this in our previous podcast, but our episode. But personally, I'm not enjoying it like as much as I did probably in Fortnite. But as far as like
Yeah.
getting on and like I can play for 2-3 hours and have fun. You know what I'm saying? Last season I could play for an hour, and I just never, I wouldn't want to play for a week. But I feel like with this balance
Yeah.
of the no building and everything else going around, like I really do think it's going in the right direction. They're making good changes. Literally an hour ago, they just announced that they're taking cars and trucks out of competitive, at least most of them, which is huge because
Yep.
in games have been hectic with that. And like I said, with the tournaments being hosted by streamers, it's only going to go in a better direction. But like I said, like we said in the previous podcast, and I've said it multiple times on my Twitter, everything. Late game needs to come back. You know, a few things still need to be changed, but they're heading in the right direction. Pump needs to come back. Also, I think in season 3 we're going to see daily duo cups come back, and I'm interested to see if some of them will be no build and some will be build or just build. We'll see, but yeah, overall I think it's in a fair state. It's not in the best state, but it's in a good state.
No, I agree. By the way, I saw you grinding. I saw your free build clip over on TikTok. You getting better, getting better.
Yeah.
But no, I think Fortnite's I think it's in a good spot. I think they're in a spot to where they can be in a great spot, if that makes sense. So
that's exactly what I think.
Yeah, currently they might not be crushing it from a perspective of the player base, but like the player base is pretty content. They're not like, oh, this is great, but they're also not like this is the worst it's ever been. It's pretty content. But I think they have a chance to catapult into chapter 3, season 3. And I think season 3 could be a great season from the standpoint of everything is right there. It's so simple. It's so simple. What they need to do is, put some money into competitive for no builds, because then you're going to have Tifu. Then you're going to have guys like FaZe Swag, like people who don't typically even play Fortnite come over and bring a massive audience to Fortnite, specifically on Twitch and YouTube and stuff. People like Nick Merckx will come back for competitive, because those guys don't want to just play Fortnite for fun. They want to play it competitively. Like, you've heard them say that. But then also like keep the same amount into the builder, like to the normal mode. And I think you're good. I think fix up the loot pool and add some content as far as storyline and map changes go. It's so simple. I think you just do those things, you're good. You're golden. Fortnite's good.
I agree, and I think sort of like how you said, it's all lining up right now. Like, everything's lining up.
Yeah.
The glimpse falling down, the storyline taking place. The storyline's building up right now. Nobody really is talking about because they're not really excited because they know it's still a month away. But as it gets closer, the storyline's going to keep building up. The Tilted Towers blimp's going to go down. The Rocky Reels blimp's going to go down. Everything's going to go. And then they're taking out cars. They're listening to the competitive community, which hasn't been a thing in 2 years.
Yeah, weekly updates.
So, weekly updates, even though they're small, they're happening. Those voting boards of the voting boards of the Rifts and Boogie Bombs, we didn't have that in chapter 2.
By the way, if you voted for the Rift to Goes, you're a narc. By the way, you're an absolute narc. Like, you
Although
don't even deserve
I will say Rift to Goes, no, they're good for the zero build modes. They are.
No.
Boogie Bombs are fun.
Shout out to my man Savage Mike on TikTok. I had to call him out because he put a TikTok out voting for the Rift to go. Simply because
it's good for those end games, man. Especially if it becomes competitive. I would love to see Rift to Goes in there.
He wanted to Rift Klombo because Klombo's coming back. That's the only reason he voted for it.
That's cool, though.
The content man himself. But I made a good point too, though. Why not just make Klombo dance?
Wait, hold on. Why not just bring back both? Why did we even have to
it's like that old taco commercial. Like, why not both? Everybody starts dancing. Yeah, no, by the way, I think the voting thing, they did that a while back in chapter 2. I mean, but I think that's awesome. Like, I think that's so cool. I think they should literally have one every week. Like, every single week they should do, like, even for guns. Like, they did it for
they are doing like almost every week, right? At least every 2 weeks.
I think every 2, because the last one was the MK versus the combat AR.
Definitely doing it more often though, and I love it.
I love it, man. I think they should. It's perfect. I think the map is still missing something unique, like the block, though. I do, because like a lot of people complain about the map changes, and they've made map changes this chapter. Not as much as you thought they would, but they have. But the issue is the difference between now and chapter 1 is that chapter 1 had so many changes. You forget that it happened. Like, not only did you have to block, that changed every week, and they just put in like a fan-made concept, which is genius, by the way. I don't know why they don't do that anymore. They had the block. They had things like what's the game crossover they did? They did with
Borderlands.
Yeah, they did the Borderlands crossover with the changing graphics. They did like all kinds of stuff, like everywhere. We don't see that now with map changes. We haven't really seen that since the Marvel stuff.
But to be fair, I will defend Fortnite a little bit. In the earlier stages, it was so easy to update the game, like, because it's just early stages. They haven't done so many things, but they've done so many things now that, in their perspective, it might be hard to come up with stuff new. But
Well,
you
it
said,
doesn't
like the
have to be
block.
new.
Yeah, the block needs to come back. I mean, that's just
Yeah, it doesn't have to be new. It could, it doesn't have to be. They could do stuff they've already done before. Just put it in. Like they had the files of Tilted Town. They could throw that in for a week. Like I don't know. I feel like Fortnite's gotten to a point where it takes itself too seriously and it tries to follow a set of rules. Where it's like the reason Fortnite was good in the first place is that it followed no rules. It was a game of chaos and impulse grenades and just
mini guns and infinity swords and
Infinity Swords and Thanos running around the map. Like nothing ever made sense, and that's why it was fun. Like we need to stop taking it so seriously, and that's the issue too. And I know I'm going on a rant here. We'll move on to. We have a lot to talk about, guys. We'll move on in a minute. But dude, like Chapter One, Fortnite did not care about competitive. Like obviously, Season X leading up to World Cup, they did. That was awesome. But they really didn't. They put everything into the casual player base. See, chapter two, they pretty much tried to put everything into. I know the pros are going to laugh at this, but they focused way more on the competitive side.
yeah,
They
they
put more
did.
money into stuff. COVID
They
stopped
did
them
it wrong,
from
but they
doing.
did.
Yeah, they might have done it wrong, but they put way more focus into the competitive side of things than the casual side of things. Like I said, pro players are going to laugh at that, but pro players haven't really been on the other side in a long time, so they don't realize how outcasted the casual player base was, and that's why Fortnite fell off so hard. But that was the biggest mistake Fortnite's made because I think the competitive community is always going to be there as long as you have prize pools and like you can just strip the game down. Like normal mode have crazy stuff, have every item in the game, just chaos, everything going on. And then in casual or competitive side, have it the base loot pool for to fit whatever that chapter or that season is, and then boom, you're good.
And like you
You
said,
have
this goes back to you saying they're following rules. Now it makes more sense. Like they try to make
yeah,
like almost pubs be just like competitive, except worse
yeah.
players. So yeah,
Which is dumb
it doesn't make
because
sense.
a lot of times you run into face sway in a pub match anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think they gotta stop taking themselves too seriously. It's Fortnite. It's meant to be chaotic. It's meant to be fun. And the moment they stop doing that is the moment the players stop acting like it's like into the world every pub match. Like people can start actually having fun again. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with being competitive and wanting to win. That's the point of having it laid out as a competitive game and not just a free for all. But I think there's ways they could do it, which, by the way, I think a good way for them to do it, this is extreme, but keep normal build competitive arena like how it is. Maybe rework the point system, but keep that how it is. And then in pub matches, maybe bump that turbo build time up to zero point 0.1 seconds like they did, or do something to where you can't just do crazy edits and crazy things. I think that'd be interesting. And I
Yeah.
know people have pointed out before, but that would kind of give it an OG Fortnite feel. Imagine if you had to build like a little wall by wall and you couldn't really turbo build. Maybe a turbo build,
I
but
mean,
with a
people would
delay on
figure
it.
it out like eventually, but it
They
definitely would.
would, but you wouldn't be able to
It
do
would just be
people
physically
all
impossible.
well that too, but also like if they did that, even if they made it zero point 0.2 seconds, like just a very small delay, all the people who love cranking would just go to arena or play creative. Like they wouldn't even play pubs anymore. There would be no pub. You wouldn't play pubs to get clips anymore.
Yeah.
So pubs would be the casual players 100% only. Um, which I think, is worth exploring. Anyway, there's really no good way to segue into this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump on out of Fortnite. We'll get back to we do have some innovative theories.
By
We're
the
gonna
way,
go over that.
before we move on,
Yeah,
we
go ahead.
do
Go
need.
ahead.
I think we should talk about 7 Days to Die before this podcast ends, and
That's
then
what I was gonna bring up.
okay,
I was
awesome,
actually
good,
about to ask you. So
good.
you said you haven't been playing Fortnite as much.
Well, yeah, I've been playing Fortnite, but just not enjoying it as much as I would want to. I've been playing for like 2 to 3 hours and then enjoying it. But if I play any more than that, it's basically forcing myself to play.
Yeah,
But 7 Days to Die, Cren actually
guys.
put me on the game. By the way, like it is something. This is not an ad. Let's make this perfectly clear. We do not get paid
It
to say
can
this.
be. It can be.
It can,
7 minutes.
definitely can
If you
be an
want to
ad.
sponsor,
Definitely
we'll
can be an ad. But
100%.
this game is Minecraft, Call of Duty Zombies, and just a fun, complex system all in one. Like I've never had so much fun on the game. I've never been this addicted to a game in so long. Like literally
It's so fun.
since Prime Fortnite probably. Like
It's so fun.
I could play it for 24 hours straight. It's definitely not healthy, but dude, it's so fun.
Yeah. So, guys, if any of you have ever played Fallout, it's literally Minecraft and Fallout mixed together. Minecraft Left 4 Dead mixed together. The game is it's Minecraft in the sense that you're in a world and you start out with pretty much nothing. It has the task bar at the bottom, just like Minecraft. The inventory is exactly like Minecraft. You
Crafting.
build work, you craft exactly like Minecraft. The whole mechanics is Minecraft, but you're in a post-apocalyptic world where the whole concept of the game is there's zombies. Every seventh day, a horde comes at you. So you have to, and every seventh day, it gets harder than the previous seventh day. So you have basically a week to build up your base, stock. It's so complex. You can
You
farm.
build a freaking compound with your
Yeah,
friends and
it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. There's also in Relay, we haven't actually done this. Just like on Minecraft, instead of just playing with friends, you can actually create servers and then do it kind of like a Rust server, to where you not only have to fight zombies, you have to go PvP against other
really.
players. Yeah, you can do it that way too, um, which is just even more
It's
intense.
so complex of a game. It's been out for 9 years. They still update it. Like it's when I say it's complex, it's probably the most complex game I've ever played in my life. Like it's so deep is what I'm saying. Like there's so many.
Yeah,
When you find out something new, there's something way more new than that. Like it's down the line. Like you'll figure it out.
yeah.
It's
I mean, it takes you like a long time in game to get to where like to the ending stuff. You start out just walking everywhere. Then you can get a bike. Then you can get a mini bike. Then you can do a motorcycle. You go all the way to like massive cars and stuff. But it takes you like literally weeks of real time and even more weeks in the game to get to that point. So it literally never ends. The game takes forever, but it's like you're not trying to beat it. That's the thing. Like you're just having fun, enjoying it. It's genuinely it's one of my top five games all time. Top five all time.
I've only been on it
Um,
for 2 weeks, dude. I don't even know where to rank it yet because I'm having so
yeah,
much fun.
yeah. By the way, I was gonna shout out my Twitch, guys. If you want to go to Crenbeast, you can you can play along with us. But Relay, I think you have an announcement.
Yep, I moved to Trovo, and it actually kind of worked out well because I moved to Trovo right when Twitch announced something that basically just benefits them and not their community.
Yeah, dude. By the way, I got it in your Trovo. You had like at one point I saw like 15, 20 people in there. That I think that broke the Trovo record. No,
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
I'm kidding. Whoa, 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 calm down, calm down. But yeah, dude, Twitch. Let's talk about it. I don't even know what is going on.
I do.
They, for years now, have gotten a bad rep for being the kind of the platform who knows it doesn't have a competitor, right? So it just does whatever it wants, takes whatever it wants, and doesn't care about its community. And they just keep doing it. Yeah,
Because
just
they're
usher us in.
multi-billionaires. By the way,
Yeah.
just because I moved to Trovo does not mean I don't like Twitch. I think Twitch is, the second best streaming platform out there, and I don't think YouTube, Facebook, or anything else compares. Obviously, let me be biased towards Trovo because I literally have connections with their staff. Like the fact that I can talk to their staff, I can't talk to Twitch staff. It's just not possible.
Dude, I
But
couldn't even tell you. I have a better chance of talking to Jeff Bezos
yeah,
himself.
yeah. So Twitch staff basically is just non-existent unless you average thousands of viewers. But anyways, Twitch is a fantastic app. They're billionaires for a reason. Multi billionaires. But they don't listen to the community. They haven't listened to their community, and they probably won't listen to their community until they get taken over by another platform or until they just lose all their viewer
Elon,
base. Or until
Elon,
Elon comes in and offers them
buy
$500
it.
billion. It'll be more than Twitter, right? I'm pretty sure it would.
No, no
It
shot.
wouldn't.
No, no shot. No shot. No shot. Twitch is still. I think people forget Twitch is still niche. Like
Any streaming platforms.
anybody
So
on Earth
niche.
knows what Twitter is. If you ask like your dad what Twitch is,
Yeah.
Twitch is still a lot more massive.
Fair.
I don't know. Keep talking. I'll find out
Okay.
Twitch's valuation.
Anyways, what Twitch is doing is basically their recent announcement was instead of the partners on the app, which the people who have the check marks and everything, average over 75 viewers, instead of them receiving 70% of their revenue, now they only get to receive 50%, and that's the same percentage that affiliates receive. So really, when you get a partner on a partner check mark on Twitch, what are the benefits of getting it? Are you just do you have a check mark now? Can you put more sub emotes on your stream? Can you run more ads? Is it really that big of a accomplishment to get partner now if you're not receiving more revenue? It doesn't make sense. And then they announced something where it said they're going to give out more incentives to run ads for streamers. I mean, there's already complaints about ads. I go in Booga stream for 2 seconds. I have an 8 ad just pop up in front of my face, and I click out of there like that. And I just go to my sub streamer. But like I said, it's still a great platform, but it's just, I guess they have egos or something, because I mean they're they don't have to worry about it. Nobody's gonna go over to YouTube Gaming if they're not getting paid $30 million. It's not gonna happen. YouTube Gaming, that streaming platform is just not. It's not designed well. It's not formed. It doesn't have an algorithm. Same with Facebook. My grandma has Facebook, dude. That isn't for 15-year-olds who want to watch Fortnite. So it's like, I don't know, man. Move to Trovo.
So here's my thing. I think Twitch, they feel as if they are the only platform in the industry. And it's not their fault. Because from a business standpoint, it makes sense, right? Like YouTube Gaming is not competing
numbers like them,
Yeah, YouTube is not competing with them as far as live streaming.
Not yet.
They're not, but they're not. YouTube's also not doing anything to promote live streams. They got some new people over there.
Yeah, outside of signing people for $50 million, they're not doing it.
Yeah, they sat on it. And I think that it'll grow, but I'm assuming they're working on something behind the scenes because, they made some high level changes as far as like getting rid of some people and getting some new people back in. So I assume they're working on something. I think they need to make YouTube Gaming its own thing, its own URL, maybe just like attached to YouTube, its own app.
Streams get lost in the videos, dude. Like, there's no way to find it unless you look at the person.
I think they need to do that. I'll tell you what, people. Here's the thing right now, man. Twitch they're 100%. They can do what they want, and they're not going to really lose people because people might go to YouTube when they hear this for a week and then realize they're just not going to make it. Like, unless they're big and they're getting paid by YouTube, the money's not there right now. There's not people. It's a whole different community. It's an entire different type of person that's on YouTube.
Coming from a YouTube streamer, former YouTube streamer, it's a good platform. But the only thing is like growing your stream is near impossible unless you're like Tim the Tatman.
It's hard.
And it's just like they're so strict on copyright laws. You listen to a Fortnite dance, your whole entire stream, 8-hour stream is demonetized. Like, it's just simple things like that they need to fix, and they're just behind. They're behind the whole entire modern streaming era, I guess.
Yeah, they're behind, but so that's what I'm saying. Like, Twitch can do these things right now. People are going to complain, hate them. The community's going to get mad, and they're still not going to lose people. That's the problem. We need another platform to really make moves. And I know you're a Trovo. They have an opportunity, but it's tough. It's tough to get to that level.
It's going to be tough for any small streaming platform to even make a dent into the Twitch.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
it's going to...
Yeah, like Trovo emailed me, but like they're emailing me. I have 25,000 followers. Like, like they probably can't even get in contact with people who are, 100,000. You know how many 100,000 follower streamers Twitch have right now? And then YouTube probably doesn't have a lot of them. Nobody else. So they're on a whole different level, and all the other streaming platforms trying to make a dent are just down here. But I do think, I don't know. Go ahead.
Well, let me tell you this. They better watch out, because I agree that a smaller platform is going to have a tough time, but it's the bigger ones that all they have to do, like a YouTube or a Facebook, all it takes is for them to make one change, have one person over the gaming side of things and just make a complete change and really start taking it seriously. And Twitch is already screwed because of the way they're treating their community right now. Then
they'll leave like that.
If one of those places start to do that, like a YouTube Gaming, and they change things and make it better, everyone's going to leave. And then a Twitch is going to be like, okay, we'll give you 70% back. Okay, we'll give you this you've been asking for years. We'll do this, like blah, blah, blah. Then people are going to be like, no, you're only doing... It's like the couple that's together, like, and the guy, the girl eventually leaves because the guy's not paying any attention, but then he starts to pay attention to her when she leaves. Like, that's the issue. And I know it sounds dumb, But do not sleep on TikTok, dude. Do
I
not
was just
sleep
gonna
on
say that.
TikTok.
I was just gonna say that. TikTok has more potential than any platform to ever exist, even more than Trovo. I know that's
Do
coming from me. That's
not.
huge news. But TikTok, dude, I swear, if they just get there, and that'll be the last platform that listens. But if they do somehow in a million years listen to us, it's a game over.
Look, let me tell you, dude. So I TikTok is making moves on the live streaming side of things. They made the live center where you have way more data and analytics to go in and view it. They're pushing it more on For You pages. They split it up into categories. They even have more stream keys now so you can actually stream your gaming. This week they did a whole gaming thing on TikToks where like the winner's gonna get like 100,000 or something like that. It's like a lot of money being given out, a lot of stuff being put into it. And look, I talked to my TikTok person yesterday. Shout out my girl Patricia. I'm telling you, there's more stuff to come. TikTok is taking their live streaming seriously, and if they get it to a point to where you can actually stream on it, because right now it's more like Instagram, like going live, but the fact that you can get a stream key now changes the whole game. If they get it to a point to where you can become a member of somebody's TikTok channel or account and like do like members or subs or something, it's over. It's game
I know
over.
people hate this, like the viewer base hates this, but yeah, like you said, if they get some sort of subscription system over there, some sort of, because I had 7,000 viewers in my TikTok stream one time. I streamed for like
Yeah,
2 hours, 7,000 viewers. I made like $8, right? If they make it to where somehow I can actually, make a few $100s with 7,000 viewers at least, it's game over. But they just
it's game.
need to learn how to monetize their platform for their community, not for them, for their community. But
Yeah.
and there's still some other things that need to change with it. Like streaming on TikTok is still a pain, and I feel like it's a little bit, not
They
convenient
have to
compared
fix
to
it.
yeah.
They have to fix it for
Yeah,
sure.
there's a lot of stuff that has to go. But like I said, like if they do listen and if they do this, which is probably gonna take a long time, I'd say like at least another year before they even like get to the whatever the Twitch's even
Well,
realm.
all they need to do, in my opinion, is at the bottom where you have your For You page, you go to your channel, discover, add a tab for gaming. Because that needs to be separate. Like game streaming needs to be separate than just chatting, like going live, talking to somebody like on your phone. That's awesome. Like keep that the way it is. Like the way you can monetize that, like doing the roses and the coins, the diamonds, all that. That's awesome. But gaming and streaming from a computer, playing games or whatever it is that you're doing, that should be its own separate tab. And then once you do that, and then you have like a discover page and make it easier to get a stream key, like make it like set that up where it's easier to
To where
like
there's requirements
actually,
to get it and you apply for it. That's what needs to
yeah,
happen.
exactly. That if they do that, well, of course we're gonna say that though. We have hundreds of thousands
Yeah.
of followers, so this would benefit us. So, but I'm just saying, like that would be that they would, in my opinion, if they did that and actually put the money into it, it'd be game over. Twitch would go down 10% in a week. Like obviously they wouldn't take over Twitch, but Twitch would
No.
lose a lot because I think TikTok would reach out to people to sign them. I think they would
I would
sign
hope.
people to exclusive
Yeah,
deals.
they would have to.
And
I will say this though, we haven't talked about this with TikTok, and I feel like we kind of just blew over it because we're the streamers, right?
yeah,
Viewing the streams on TikTok, I feel like needs to change as well because like vertical streaming, like it's fine, you scroll through, but I feel like whenever you're in a vertical form, right, and you're not just you have to press a button to go. I feel like you're just going through. You see my stream. You stop by for 10 seconds and go, because that's what TikTok is. You stop by for 30 seconds, go. That's what it is. So I feel
yeah,
like if they make it, like you
yeah,
said, a separate streaming, not a platform, not a separate streaming platform, but just a separate streaming tab or just whole entire whatever of the app, to
yeah.
where when you watch it, it's actually comfortable watching it. Your phone's not burning up. It's just it needs to like you said, and like I said, like the viewer side of things needs to be comfortable. Same with the streamer side.
I 100% agree, and that's kind of what I was envisioning. If they had like a tab that said like gaming or said streaming or whatever they wanted to say, you go to it, and then once you're in that tab, like on the app, then you can view streams, discover streams, go through the different games. And honestly, they just need to make it look like every other streaming platform. It needs to look like Twitch. It needs to look like Trovo. Like when you open it up,
It
You know,
needs
the
to be
horizontal
streamer
at the
based.
top.
Yeah.
Yeah, the horizontal up top and then the chat. Like from a viewer standpoint, to where that way you don't have to stream it in vertical format. You can stream it normally, and that way it's better to view. You can flip it on your phone horizontal, just like you do on Twitch if you want to see it full screen.
But
But
I know what you're saying, and I know we just hyped each other up off this, but this is more than a long way away because they still need to fix their community guidelines. I mean, it's I know you don't deal with it, but like with even my reaction content, it's just I'm reacting to a simple YouTube video that's been on YouTube for 10 years. I put it on TikTok, boom. My account is on the verge of being banned. My live streams can get spam reported. They just click a button, boom, spam report, boom, spam report. They can do it over and over and over. They need to fix that stuff. Like, there's so many little things, but in the grand scheme of things, yes, TikTok is like the number one streaming platform that could easily take over Twitch, in my opinion.
yep, and I'm not even saying they're going to do something like
It's
that.
possible.
I do think they are taking live streaming way more seriously than people realize, though. Side note, guys, if you make TikToks, if you're on TikTok, go live. I don't care if it's for 30 minutes and you just want to talk to people. If you have 1,000 followers, go live. It's going to help your content tremendously. And if you do have a decent sized audience, it's going to help you build rapport, build a relationship with your audience, to where you're more of a brand and not just an account. Um, but anyway, yeah. Long story short, Twitch right now they're fine. They need to fix it. They got to fix something because right now nothing that's happening is really affecting me because I'm not a Twitch partner. Um, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a really strange move. It's a really strange move for a platform who is already known
Billionaires,
as
they
the
don't need that 20%, dude. They don't.
well, but problem with Twitch is though. By the way, I do have it pulled up. Twitch is worth $6 billion.
Okay. So it's
Um,
not, yeah,
but
it wasn't even.
But as far
That's
as their
still a lot of money.
revenue, and profit, Twitch doesn't really turn much of a profit. That's the issue. Like I think Amazon, it's more of an Amazon trying to turn Twitch into a moneymaker than it is Twitch just
Okay,
not
fair.
listening to
Yeah.
people. Because Twitch used to not be this way. When Twitch first bought Justin TV, you know, it wasn't like that. Amazon bought it, completely changed. So
Well, it was way smaller. I mean, just like for example, Trovo, they don't even have ads on their stream yet. Like it was just like over. Twitch has been out for like you said, with Justin TV like over a decade now. It was so small. Then it got bought out by Amazon. Like this, yeah. So now they're just in the
yeah.
business. They're just in the business money side of things at this point.
Yeah, and the ads, look, I personally don't have as big of an issue with the ads as some people do because I think there's more efficient ways they can do it. I think you can put ads as over, like, I think you can add in ads like banner ads where you
Side
can X
ads
out
where
of
you
it.
still see the stream.
Yeah,
Like
I
yeah.
think you can add in ads in the chats that they can incorporate. I think there's a lot of ways to do ads that Twitch can make more money off of because at the end of the day, I want Twitch to make as much money as possible so that they can implement even better ways of doing things that we benefit from. Because the better Twitch does, the better we do. The worse Twitch does, the worse we do. Period. Like that's just how it works. The more money YouTube makes, if you're a YouTuber, the more money you make. The more like you want your platform to do well because when it comes down to it, that's the platform. Like a lot of us content creators, it's easy to think we have massive platforms, brands work with us. Look at all the followers we have. But in reality, if it wasn't for TikTok, if it wasn't for YouTube, Twitch, like it wasn't for these platforms, we would have no outlet to communicate with these people. So we need Twitch to make money. So I don't mind some of this stuff. I think it's foolish to look at it and say, "Oh, they shouldn't be a business." They should act like a business. They need to make more money, but there's ways to do it. Don't upset your entire community. How about that? Like just
Yeah.
don't piss the entire
It
community
was
off.
totally unnecessary. Like they could have went about it way differently. But I will say, I don't think we
Yeah.
did. We mention this? I think we talked about it off stream. But they are becoming non-exclusive. Kren, I know you had different thoughts about that. In my opinion, I think it's good for the platform. I think it needed to happen a long time ago because it's just easier for us smaller streamers personally. I know for the bigger streamers, it's a whole different deal. But if they become non-exclusive, in my opinion, that's amazing for Twitch. But that's the only thing good that came out of that report. In my opinion.
So the exclusivity thing. From what I read it though, I read the report and I read it as partners are no longer going to be exclusive because affiliates right now They're only exclusive in the sense where they can't multi-stream. Like you can still stream on other platforms, from my understanding. You just can't do it at the same time you're streaming
Yeah,
Twitch.
yeah.
So from my understanding, it was that partners are no longer going to be exclusive to contracts. Here's my issue. Like as far as like they can stream on any other platform. Here's my issue with that. My issue is this. It depends on how they do it. If they do it to where they still like a normal partner, let's say I get to it 2 months down the road, I have 100 people average and I get partner. If I'm not exclusive, fine. But if they call up Tim the Tap Man and offer him well, he's a bad example because he would get his own like thing. But let's say somebody decent size. Let's say somebody who averaged like an Arab. Let's say like an Arab. Arab, they want to get somebody like that. He averages like 500 to 1,000 when he's not playing Fortnite. Um, and he gets a partner contract. Are they going to offer him a whole separate contract that is exclusive? And is that going to be a whole other tier? Because as of right
I think it
now,
would be tiers.
those people are getting money, but they're still just on a base partner contract. They're just getting money. Now, are they going to get a whole nother exclusivity deal? Because if that's the case, I'm here for it. Because again, I want Twitch to succeed. I don't want them to lose their top people. I mean, you've seen there's this clip.
I mean, they lost me, dude. I'm the top guy.
Exactly. They lost you, dude. I'm about to go full time on TikTok. No, I'm just kidding. Ludwig, dude. Ludwig has this clip where he's like, yeah, I was gonna do Twitch because there's more money. I talked to the Twitch people and they just told me to let him know. And then he was like, I talked to YouTube and they were communicating with me nonstop. They were telling me to do what's best for me. They were being just really like good people. That's why he chose YouTube. So
Yeah.
like,
So that comes back to like, I know it's way smaller example, but I can communicate with Trovo staff. You can't communicate with Twitch staff. That goes up all the way to Ludwig, to where it's like YouTube's team is so much better because obviously they've been around a long.
They care.
Yeah, they care about their creators. So it goes back to them not caring about the community.
well, that's the thing too, is like that Twitch and YouTube aren't even on the same stratosphere level of size. In theory, YouTube should be the ones doing this. Like, watch this. This is great podcasting, but I'm gonna search up YouTube's net worth right now.
Absolutely unbelievable. Definitely bigger than
190 billion. So they are more than 20 to 30 times. They're more than 30 times the size of Twitch, just from a sheer net worth standpoint. So, in theory, they should be the ones acting
in
like
theory,
this, not
tomorrow
Twitch.
they could wake up and destroy Twitch right now if they just did the things that they need to do.
Yeah, and they're also backed by, I don't know, Google, which is,
Yeah.
Google, and I mean, Twitch has Amazon, I get it, but I don't know.
Google's bigger.
Yeah, it's just weird, man. It's just,
Well, I mean,
I don't
we've
know.
been on this topic for a while.
We have, and we'll move on. There's really not much else to talk about.
With the Fortnite end events, we still need to go on that theories.
Yeah, we'll get into it. I guess one more other piece of news before we get back into Fortnite and close this thing out. Adin Ross got banned.
Yep.
Weird move. I put a little thing out on TikTok about it and people went nuts. It looks like the whole community is behind Adin, which is weird because of what he said. I'm not going to say now what he said because I'll get kicked off of YouTube if I do, but basically, Your Rage was streaming and Adin was just talking to him in a Discord call and he made a homophobic reference. It's something that, most of you kids have probably said. Do not say it, by the way. It's stupid. Like, anyway, you can look it up if you want to know, but he basically said it. He wasn't streaming. Then a few days later, he was streaming and the song, he was playing a song that had the same exact word in it. He freaked out once it realized it said it and he turned the song off. So he knew that he did something wrong.
Yeah.
He knew he was already in trouble from what he said a few days before. And then he got banned. A lot of people think it's permanently.
I'll say this. First of all, yeah, he deserved to be banned. Second of all, I think it was bound to happen. His streams, like, for the last, like, several months they're so edgy. Like, the stuff he talks about, everything, like...
It's very edgy.
The people who come on, like, he doesn't know what they're going to say. They don't even know the Twitch rules. Like, in my opinion, it was bound to happen. And he just... I don't. He took it serious, but he should have took it way more serious than when he was taking it. Like just having random people on every single
Yeah.
stream, it was just bound to happen, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, he's got a very edgy style of content. He's got a very edgy fan base too. So us even saying something like that, we're probably going to get roasted in the comments.
Go
But
ahead, roast me. He's still
here's the
banned.
thing, man. Like, even if that is how you talk in your day-to-day life, first off, I don't know, maybe get some stuff together. But
Change your
second
life.
off, even if you are doing that, that's, I'm not trying to be like the soft guy here. Like, I don't really care. You do you, but like, you can't do that on stream. Like, you can't. He's getting paid an unbelievable amount of money to stream on Twitch, and you can't do that. That's the thing. And you also know, I know people are going to be like, it wasn't his stream, he was in somebody else's, he didn't know he
Doesn't
was
matter. He
live.
shouldn't be saying it in general for how big of a creator he is and how big
Yeah,
of an
you got to
audience
be
he has.
careful.
He
You got to
has
be
to
careful,
freaking
man.
like I know we're being the softies, like you said, but dude, he's a role model to freaking half of the 13-year-olds in the world right now. Like this guy just needs to.
Yeah. You just got to be careful. That's the thing. Like, again, if you want to be weird in your day-to-day life, if you want to, like, because a lot of times people who talk like that, they don't actually, I guess they don't mean what they're, I don't know. It's a super weird situation
Yeah,
because I know he gets a lot of, like, I saw in my comment section, people were just going nuts. Like, he shouldn't have been banned. Y'all are soft. Like, guys, it's not about that. Like, you can't do that.
the
Like,
guys
that'd
were.
be like,
Yeah.
that's his job. That would be like me walking into my office job and saying stuff like that. Like, you can't do that. Like, it makes no sense. He is a professional. He is a grown man. He is a
Yeah, and he
grown
deserves to be
man.
banned. He deserves to be banned.
But anyway, that's that. If you haven't seen the clip, you can go to my TikTok at Crenbeast and see it. Shameless plug, or you can just search Adin Ross clip on YouTube or something. It'll pop up. All right, we'll get out of here in just a minute. We'll let you guys go. But Fortnite theory time. So the Fortnite event. It's not confirmed. There's a confirmed event, but there will be an event. They do it pretty much every other season now. We've also seen some stuff in the files. And I think something people are sleeping on is that Fortnite, every single event, one-ups what they did the event before. They just always do. Even if you didn't like it
Even
as much.
every time they do, I don't think they're going to, and they do.
And they do. They do. Even if you don't like the event as much, it's still from a production standpoint,
Better.
every event a little better than the one before. So we have a little insight on it. It kind of looks like, we're having the whole war between the Seven and the IO. It looks like the IO have hidden some kind of a doomsday device type of
I
situation
think they
going on.
hit something else too.
Yeah. I'm
And his name is
assuming.
Midas. His
So
name is Midas.
we're just jumping right into it.
They
Huh? All right,
captured
let's do
him
it.
all the way back in chapter 2. They captured Midas this whole entire time. He never died. And
Yep.
he never died. He came back several different times. But the things is, in the IO, remember in chapter 2, season 5, when those elevators was popping up? Remember the elevators was popping up randomly throughout the map? Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember his Midas gold chair came out? All these little things, all these little hints leading up 2 years ago, by the way. This happened 2 years ago. This is how good Fortnite is. I love it. This is why I love Fortnite so much. It just makes so much sense. The Doomsday device is back, guys. This is so obvious. Why aren't people talking about this? I hate how people aren't hyped about this. This is so cool to me. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a TV show that just happened in front of our eyes for the last 2 years. Basically, Midas created the Doomsday device 2 years ago. IO seen that he failed, but seen that he had a talent. Boom, trapped him, made it look like he died, made it look like he's never gonna be existing again. Trapped him in their thing or whatever. Put him on their team. Held him hostage. Making him build the Doomsday device better, and now they're gonna try to use it again.
I'm gonna take it one step further. So First off, yes, I agree with you. I don't know if you had already come up with that, but I did make that video first, so I'm gonna take credit for it.
Yeah, I got it. I got the idea from you, but it makes so much sense.
Yeah, but so he took Midas, the IO took Midas, right? But here's what I think happened. That was a long time ago. I think they captured him and tried to force him to make this thing, and he refused. How would they get him to do it? How? Think about it. When's the last time you saw Jules, which is his
Boom.
daughter?
Yeah. Yep.
And Jules is actually the engineer that helped him build the device. So Jules, we know, was on the map in the later parts of chapter 2 because there were some quests that talked about her and had her in
But
it,
she pretty much vanished.
but she's been gone.
Like,
So what happened to Jules? So that's my thing. So I actually think that, one of the situations where Midas was like, no, I'm not going to do it. Like, I'm not going to help you. Boom, got your daughter. Now you really have no choice.
you know what's funny?
And
We just made this whole entire plot up out of the blue, and this probably never happened, but it makes so much sense and adds up so much. But that's just what
yeah,
we do. That's just what we do. We're story
we
finders
we
here.
are theorists. We
Theorists.
are the Fortnite theorist.
It makes tell me that doesn't make sense though. Go
Yeah,
in the
no,
comments and tell me that doesn't make sense.
yeah, if you have a better theory, if it's actually better, DM us. Don't put it in the comments. You're gonna show us up. But no, I'm just kidding. Let us know in the comments. We think this theory is good, and I think it's so we know there's a doomsday device. Just in case you're confused, it's been leaked in the files. We found it. It's called the doomsday device. We have a thing where Jonesy is talking about how the IO have an entire doomsday division, like in their company. So
Which is
that's
insane.
interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, the event is more than likely going to be. I personally think what's going to happen is it's going to be a situation to where we're preparing for the doomsday device. We don't know what it's going to do, all that stuff. We get to it, and then boom, it does the opposite of what the IO are expecting because Jules and Midas built it to actually destroy the IO instead of doing what they think they're
And
doing.
Midas is gonna be the king because he always was. He always was the good guy. In all disguise, he always was the good guy, and you guys just didn't see it. I did though. I seen it.
Telling you, Midas, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first on the Gamers Den podcast. Just like we predicted chapter 3 all the way back in August of 2021. We're telling you right now, on April 28th, 2022, Midas is back. He's back, and he's come to take over his island.
You know what I'm here for, man. You know the best part about it too? It's only 1 month away. 1 month away, and we're gonna see this all fold down, and you guys gonna be like, "Oh my God, RelayTS and Crenbeast on the Gamers Den podcast that's on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and everywhere else you listen to podcast predicted this."
Facts. Speaking of 1 month away, we have some pretty exciting news coming up. So if you want to follow along, follow us on Twitter, follow us on TikTok, follow us everywhere on YouTube. So my personal is Crenbeast. You can find him RelayTS, all platforms, including Trovo now. Trovo. You can find the Gamers Den at the Gamers_Den, all platforms. Like I said, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. We are on Apple. We are on Spotify. So wherever you want to listen to your podcast, you can listen to us. Relay. You got anything else?
Nope. I think we closed it out good.
Sounds good. Well, you guys have a great day. And like I said, big announcements coming up. Stay tuned. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.